There are a number of prisoner of war camps in Italy during World War II. The initials PG denote Prigioniero di Guerra. 4,000 lower-ranked British, South African and Gurkha prisoners, mostly from the surrender to Burke, were held in two compounds, tents, with very good conditions and food shortages.
Let me out there! Help me! Somebody! Please! Help! Help me! Please! Help me!
They won't hear you!
Hello?
Do yourself a favour and calm down.
Who are you to tell me to calm down?
I'm Lead Flight Commander David Fox. I would shake your hand, but there seems to be a wall between us.
Right. And I suppose you've been placed next to me to test me, to see what information you can get out of me, huh?
Actually, it's quite the opposite. That's what they use me for.
Oh, right. And how am I supposed to believe that?
I guess you don't.
How long have you been locked up in here for?
Just over a year and a half of my life. 576 days to be exact.
How do you know that?
I mark it on the walls.
Fucking useless.
Finally, you've come to some sort of sense.
Oh, will you just shut up?
Listen! Unless they want you to, there is literally no way you are getting out of that cell! Do you think I would still be here if I didn't know that? Come on, you're a prisoner now. Just accept it and move on, mate.
Don't call me mate.
Alright, well, what do I call you then?
My name is Private Joe Williams. But my mates, they call me Billy.
Alright then. Billy.
Is it always this quiet?
Well, that depends.
Depends on what?
Whether or not you kick up a fuss.
What's that supposed to mean?
All this screaming and shouting will get you nowhere. But if you keep quiet and out of sight, then that's what keep you safe. I can already tell you're too weak to understand.
Weak? I'm not weak, you fucking prick! Say that when you can see me face to face!
I mean, I will. It will probably be your corpse I'm talking to.
Oh, you are a sick bastard, aren't you? I mean, you got no family, man. Got no respect.
Respect!
Yeah, respect!
How many times do I have to say it for you to get it into your thick head? You are a prisoner. You are beaten. You get half a cup of rice a day. You piss in a bucket. You are made to work and you're still asking for respect. In the time I've been a prisoner here, many others have been and gone in the cell you're stood in. All because they were too weak. You come charging in here demanding respect when you have no idea how things are done or what I have been through. If you don't want to end up like the poor souls before you, then I suggest you shut up and listen to me.
Si, Additore di Nova.
Alright, yeah, cool.
Where were you?
Well, so now you want to talk? Well, excuse me, but that's none of your damn business.
Well, I'd blimey, I was only asking. Just wondered as to where you go for hours each day. What's it like then?
Well, what's what like?
The rest of it out there, behind the door. I've been stuck in here for God knows how long, and I still have no idea where I am. It's driving me insane.
Well, it's nothing special, honestly.
I do not believe that for a second. This place has to mean something. They're obviously keeping us here for a reason. Why won't you just tell me where they take you?
Enough! I'm not explaining myself to you. War's strange, isn't it?
What do you mean? It's good guys fighting bad guys. It's gone on for hundreds of years. What's so strange about that?
But which side is which?
We are obviously the good guys. What are you talking about?
But surely, if they didn't think what they were doing was right or even the best thing for their country, then they wouldn't be doing it then, would they?
David, you better not be siding with them.
Don't be so ridiculous. Condoning the deaths of thousands of innocent people. Well, there just has to be a better way.
My pops used to say that all the time.
Who was that?
I said my pops used to say that all the time.
Where is home for you, Billy?
Northampton, born and raised. Pops used to live down in Ireland, and then he moved to Northampton, met me ma. Just kind of where we settled down. A nice little village called Spratton.
Would you like it there?
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. Got my family there. I met Betsy there, and I love being with her and the kids. It's just too small for me in Northampton, you know? We all live and work together on the family farm, and don't get me wrong, it's a living and I do love it, but I just had so much more hopes and expectations for my family, you know? I used to have this dream, right, that I'd own my own townhouse in the centre of London, and I'd own my own business, and I would earn a decent living for me and my family. Pops would always give me a clap round the back of the head. Tell him to stop daydreaming and get a real job.
Well, London isn't all it's cracked up to be, Billy.
Oh yeah? What was that?
It's just all soot and dust and people. So many people just pushing past you to get by. I live in West London with my mum and dad. Wanted to move out when I turned 17, but mum wouldn't let me.
Little mummy's boy, are we?
She said it wasn't right for a young man to live on his own in such a big city. You know, for such a big city, I never felt more alone than when I was at home. I did have Ben and Callum though. I could always rely on them.
Ah, we're all good friends.
More than friends. Brothers more like. My parents knew their parents and naturally we became mates. Thick as thieves. I'd help them with their studies and they'd have my back whenever there was trouble with the other school kids. Do anything to see them now.
Get split from them.
Callum, yeah, but not Ben. Callum got shot in the leg in the early stages of the war by a Kraut. Had to get sent home.
Fucking lucky bastard. That's $1 million win, that.
But not Ben. He stuck with me till I got captured.
Do you know where he is?
No. We were flying over Tunisia, carrying out campaigns to Tobruk, and all the Krauts just came out of nowhere. They destroyed my left engine, and the noise, Billy, it was deafening. I ejected from my plane and passed out parachuting down, but I awoke to the feeling of rocks hit my back where I was being dragged across the floor, and I called for him. But I was greeted by an unfamiliar sound, an unwelcoming sound. I thought that was it. That I was dead no matter what. They told my friends and family I died in the explosion and that was gone.
And you're still standing after all that. You're a tough bastard, David. You definitely got heart. What happened when you first got here?
They did some horrible things, Billy. Horrible things that I don't think I'll ever be able to talk about. But I soon realised that they needed me alive more than they needed me dead. You see, there's so much corruption even within these walls that I began to talk and telling them what they wanted to hear, translating what they couldn't work out. So they saw me as useful rather than a threat.
So you became a rat? You helped them?
A rat! Is that all you got from everything I've just said? I did it to survive. I did what I needed to do in order to survive so that maybe one day I could get out of here. One day I could escape.
Have you tried to yet?
I could have. I could have. And I started to feel what it would be like on the outside, you know? Whether I'll survive better in here than I will do out there. It's just... I won't be able to deal with all the questions, the judgment, and having to tell my story over and over and over again that... I started to think maybe I'm better off here. Maybe I've come to terms with the fact that this is home.
What's that sound?
They usually test the alarms in the middle of the night.
David, what's the...
Not talk it down!
Is that our voice?
I think so, they're getting closer!
Do they know you're here?
I'm not sure! Vieni adesso! Vieni adesso!
I am absolutely starving.
Did you not get your bread and rice?
You know what I mean? I did, but
Then what are you complaining about? Some people don't get anything.
I want food, David. I want proper food, not this shit that they put on a plate. I want the game pie that I'd usually have my dad's homegrown then. Oh, that's the good stuff. Or my grandma's apple crumble. She'd make it every Sunday when I was a lad. Now that is proper grub.
Bill, I'm not sure if you hadn't noticed, mate, but we aren't at the Ritz. This is as good as it's going to get for us.
Yeah, if only. I'd expect better service than this, though.
Well, you have to eat something, mate.
I can't. The rice is inedible, and whatever this is, I think it's bread. It's rock hard. It's black. know, when I was about 10, my ma used to send me down the local bakery with my Aunt Mary. She taught me how to make all these different breads and delicacies and cakes and how to decorate them as well. You always knew it was nearly dinner time by the smell. You could smell it from all the way down the road. It's one of my favourite things to do as a kid. I always had a liking to bread. There's just something so warming and homely about a freshly baked loaf, you know?
Did you used to make them before you came here?
Yeah, I used to make them all the time.
Do you still remember how to?
Of course I do. It's like riding a bike. You'll never forget it.
I was never allowed in the kitchen when I was younger. I was normally in the study learning about something. Only ever allowed to eat the food.
Oh, I used to bake all the time. Well, I'd help out my ma and Aunt Mary. Charlie, my little brother, used to love it when I pour the yeast and the water together, make that bubbly mixture. Cheeky little sod. He'd always try and get his fingers in first before anybody else could whenever my ma had baked.
How old is he?
Who, Charlie? He's 13 now. Miss that little sod.
You know, if you told them you could cook, they'd probably give you a station in the kitchen. It's nothing special like cakes and that, but I'm pretty sure you get better food if you work in the kitchen.
Oh, really? I don't want to work for them. I'd rather starve than help them out in any way.
Never baked a thing in my life.
I'll teach you someday, David. My favourite part about it all is when you just put it in the oven and you sit and you watch it bake, David. The smell, David, the smell! It's like nothing you've ever smelled before. And after all that hard work and effort, you are rewarded with the best homemade loaf of bread you will ever taste. If we get out of... When we get out of here, you have to come round my house. And I will cook for you the best loaf of bread you will ever taste.
I'd like that.
I really hope we get out of here soon, David.
Me too, mate. Me too.
Why do you mark the walls? I don't really think I'd want to know how long I've been locked up in here for.
Well, if I had no sense of what sort of day it was, I think I'd go insane. It helps keep me grounded, you know, stay connected to the outside world.
Yeah, well, it feels like I've been locked in here half my fucking life. When's our boys going to find us?
Billy, we're prisoners in the middle of nowhere. No one is coming to find us.
You have no faith, David. Someone's going to find us. I'm not sure when. I'm certainly not sure how, but someone will. You just need to have a little bit of faith, mate.
Faith. I got thrown into this war headfirst without any consideration of my life, and you're telling me about faith!
You're still breathing, aren't you? Huh? You're still kicking? Faith is a wonderful thing, my friend. It keeps me breathing. It keeps me in high hopes. It keeps me fighting against these fucking pigs. We are not going to get out of here with just a little bit of faith, mate.
Yeah, well, that's where you're wrong.
Oh, yeah? How so?
Faith isn't going to get us out of here. I am.
What?
Letter adesso.
It's time for bed now, Billy.
Billy! Billy, can you smell that? It smells like burning. Billy!
Fucking cigarettes. Jack? Jack, is that you?
Billy, what are you doing?
Jack!
Billy, stop shouting. You'll get
Jack!
into trouble. Billy! Billy!
It's his smell, I swear it is! Jack!
Billy, what are you talking about? Stop
Jack!
shouting!
Jack!
Billy, stop it!
Do you know what that smell is? That smell is freedom. That smell is the moment that you get us out to be alone. You get those 5 minutes to be in your thoughts and your thoughts only.
Billy, what are you talking
That's
about?
what I meant, man. Cigarette.
Billy met who?
Talking about Jack. He'd always leave half of his cigarette for me. Yeah, that was the one thing he kept to himself. Can you smell that? That earthy smell, like it's being ground in with the soil, but it's quite the opposite. It's rich. It's so rich. That's when I knew he was there. We'd always use it as an excuse, going out for a cigarette. Jack could listen. He listened to me tell stories about the farm. Stupid fucking farm. I knew they were stupid stories, but I wanted to tell him. You just laughed. And he'd offer me another cigarette. That is his smell, David. The smell of fucking cigarette.
Was he your... Well, was he?
I don't know what he was. But he was different. We got split when I got captured, and I don't know where he is. But I can't leave him here. I cannot leave him here. I can't.
Come on! God makes me
David!
All 4,000 men were put to work, helping the enemies. The soldiers dealt with the daily beating and torture, while some of them became allies and exchanged information about the British Army. The men that refused to were starved for days, used for experiments, or even killed.
David! David, is that you? David?
Yeah. Oh, yes, it's me. How long have I been out?
About 3 days. Did you find
3?
anything?
Oh, we have no time. Fuck.
You have no time for what? David, did you find him? I need to know!
No, Billy, I didn't find him. They don't handcuff me like they do. You don't blindfold me. I see it all. But I need you to forget about Jack.
Forget about Jack!
Listen. Infantry beating me to a pulp. They forced me to translate a message for the British military. Allied forces are closing in and are planning an airstrike on this location, but before they do, these pigs are planning on shipping us out of here on a train. Where to, I don't know, but neither of us are getting on that train, not willingly anyway.
What do you mean they are shipping us out of here?
I mean what I said, but I need your help to get us out of here.
But I thought you said I'm not getting out of this cell unless they wanted me to.
Exactly. You won't. But if you listen to me and do what I say, then maybe we'll have a chance.
Alright, I want to know everything. Tell me it all, step by step.
Not now, Billy!
Then how am I supposed to trust you? Fine! What do you need me to do?
Okay. I want you to imagine your room is completely empty. Then I need you to place yourself in your room as a fly. Do you understand?
Sounds ridiculous. How is this going to help?
There's a point to it, so do it. I need you to envision yourself as that fly.
I'm really not understanding right now, David. Why do you want me to be a fly?
A fly, it's able to blend into its surroundings. It's something human disregard is invaluable. Being able to blend in and be ignored by those around us is how we're going to get out.
That's smart. It's real smart. I'll play along. What do you need me to do now?
Right. Explore yourself. Are there any cracks in the walls? Same with the floor and ceiling. Anything that adds characteristics to your room. You still there?
Yeah, hold on. I'm thinking. This isn't as easy as it seems.
I know. I spent many days in my cell doing what you are now. Come to the wall. Write it down if you can.
There's been a hole here this entire time.
Get away from it. They can't know it's there.
I have been bouncing off these 4 walls for God knows how long, and I could have seen you here.
I'm sorry. I didn't tell you sooner. Just do what I've asked.
There aren't any blank pages for me to write.
Billy, pass the book back to the wall, please. Billy? Billy, you still there, please? Billy!
Joe Billy Williams, 22 years old, from Northampton, lives with wife Betsy and 2 children. Aggressive in nature, brutish behaviour. You have been documenting me, finding out all this information about me, and for what, David, huh? Are you spying on me?
It's not like that.
Oh yeah, then what the fuck is it like then? You've written about Charlie! You've written about my kids! Why would you write about my kids, you sick fuck? You never wanted to know anything about me. You just wanted to see what information you could get out of me. I knew it from the beginning.
It's not true. If you listen, I'll explain everything.
Oh, why should I listen to a thing you have to say after all this?
Because I need you to understand. I wanted to get a better picture of who it was I was working with. I've told you just as much about myself as you've told me about yourself. There's a lot I haven't told you because there hasn't been the right time.
The right time? When will it be the right time then, David?
Don't leave the stone. If there are no holes, they will be shot on the spot.
Show me your face, you coward! Who are you? Who are you? I said it from the beginning. How am I supposed to trust you? I don't even know what you look like. Are you really helping me? Or are you just using me?
Enough! Page 1. David Fox. 27 years old now. Attended St Bernard's Grammar School, live in West London with my parents. Then later on, page 16, I think. I described mine and Ben's first flight together. Page 76. Read it. Read it!
Joe said he'd teach me how to make bread today. I'd enjoy that. He invited me round his mum's house when we get out of here. That'd be nice.
I haven't told you anything about me because I don't want you to know. Last time that happened, Tom got killed. I showed him that hole. I let him see my face, I let him communicate with me, and all I remember is seeing him get beaten to hell and back and then the life just draining from his eyes. It was my fault. It was me who wanted to escape, but he got punished for it. Yeah, I got beaten pretty badly, but they just wouldn't stop hitting him, and I can't see that happen to you. You have so much to live for. You have a wife, kids, a life outside of all this. I cannot be responsible for your death. I hadn't a friend in a long time, Billy. I cannot and will not be able to be responsible for your death. Can't go through it again.
You really think I would die?
I'm scared we both will.
What do you need me to do now then? Well?
Thank you.
What's that sound?
Billy, that's them.
That's who?
Billy, we need to get out of here right now. Have you still got your dog tags on you?
Yeah, they're on my
Right,
leg.
I need you to go to the door and find the lowest hinge.
Oh yeah, I'm on it.
Take your tags off and use the hinge to get out of here, yeah? Billy, we need to move now!
On January 28, 1944, prisoners were crossing the Orvieto Railroad Bridge north in Alareno, Umbria, when the American 320th Bombardment Group arrived to bomb the bridge. Unaware there were Allied prisoners on the train, they dropped their bombs on their targets. The Germans left the prisoners locked in the boxcarts and fled. Approximately half the men were killed by the bombs, and the rest drowned due to their carts tumbling into the river below.